we just get the food and go? Really, do they have it or not?
Didn't you see it? It was in the box. They've always got food with them. We eat to live. These guys live to eat. Let me show you what I'm talking about. The human mouth is called a pie hole. The human being is called a couch potato. That is the device to summon food. That is one of the many voices of food. That is the portal for the passing of the food. That is one of the many food transportation vehicles. Humans bring the food, take the food, ship the food, they drive the food, they wear the food. That gets the food hot. That keeps the food cold. That, I'm not sure what that is. What do you know? Food! That is the altar where they worship. Food. That's what they eat when they've eaten too much food. That gets rid of the guilt so they can eat more food. Food! 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 So, you think they have enough? Well, they don't. For humans, enough is never enough. And what do they do with the stuff they don't eat? They put it in gleaming silver cans just for us. Dig in! Good, isn't it?
Okay, so that was a nice little cartoon. And if I can't have what I want, say it's a luxury car or a big watch that's going to cost $10,000, I mean, some of these luxury cars are going to cost a year's salary for me. I can do a couple of things. I can set aside other things that are important and save, basically. I can go to the bank and say, can you carry the debt for me? And they probably would. I mean, they'd probably say, oh, yeah, we'll take your money, here. And I can get out into the free market that's supposedly around me and fight for something better. I can, since I'm supposed to be in charge of my own labor in this marketplace, I could look around for better employment, for instance. I can sell my information handling ability for the best dollar I can get. Maybe I can't do better than this, but maybe I can. If I just have the moxie, the entrepreneurial spirit, the wherewithal, I just have to, I just have to man up and, okay. And if other people can't, it's probably because they're, we've been taught they're not trying hard enough, or they don't want it enough, or they haven't had the lucky breaks that I've had. But basically, really, who cares? I mean, fundamentally, although, sure, we're focused on white privilege, but people aren't going to come along and say, well, now I surrender my white privilege. Really? Are you going to do that? You're going to say, okay, well, now I'll voluntarily go and live in a terrible place, and I'll give my money to the community so that the community can do better. It's like, that doesn't happen a lot. So I've been trained to believe that although I may have had lucky breaks, which I certainly have, parenthetically I say that, I'm about me. Yeah, I care about society, but once I paid my taxes, I'm done, right? I mean, I've done my thing, and I give to charity. What more do you want, right? Even if I decide to stay where I am and I can't scrape up enough for this luxury car that I'm still thinking of, I'm not, but anyway, or a Porsche or like a Beamer or a Sades or something like that, I can still look adoringly at them and dream of them, right? Because that's the part of the deal that we have, which is you can dream, and it's the dreaming that keeps you going. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get there one day. One of these days, I'm gonna, and I can dream of doing better, of working harder. This is what I would do if I won the lottery, if my ship came in, as they used to say, and so on. So desiring something which is out of my reach, and there's always something out of my reach, guaranteed, even if it's just making sure that the people in my life, say, that I care about in my immediate circle, are sufficiently taken care of. Like maybe that's my end point. That's my goal, right? Well, I might get to that, but what's my definition of taken care of? I mean, do I mean they're good? They're going to be good for the rest of their lives? Well, that's probably some significant money. I mean, it isn't unless they're 106 years old and they probably have a year left to live, kind of thing, unless they're going to live to 118, which some people do. You never know. So there's always, though, going to be something out of my reach. That's how this system is set up to operate, right? So you are in the romantic sense, the eternal pursuit of the infinite. That's the job. I want more because I'm keep being told that there is more, and that somehow the getting of more is going to resolve this problem that I have of the child in the cellar somewhere, basically. And this more, whatever it is, this sort of phantom more that I'm going to get, is so much better than the stuff I have. So now I am convinced that I'm being ripped off, that I have not been given the things that I actually deserve to have. I'm working hard enough, am I not? It's like, well, what are you working? A 60-hour week, 80-hour week? It's really very hard to put an 80-hour week in week after week after week. I mean, in fact, the body can't do it. People always brag about how much they're working. It's like once you get up around 60 hours, you're kind of tanked. I mean, it's, oh boy. So these people who are at the moment, I'm reading about these doctors who are doing, 5 or 6 12-hour shifts in hospitals, dealing with people who are dying of COVID. And I mean, it's obviously, it's not just 5 or 6 12-hour shifts, it's 60 or 72 hours. It's not just 60 or 72 hours of like dragging around going, okay, click, everything's fine, Charlie. It's like 60 or 72 hours of people dying, or being terrified, or being in pain, or, and not being able to have families. It's like, it couldn't be worse. Well, I guess it could be. I mean, it could always be freaking worse. But anyway, so this is what keeps me in my place, right? Is that I feel that there's more. I've been robbed, basically, of I got to have my chance. And so this fable that I live in of white male middle class patriarchal privilege is I've already made my choice. I'm not walking away from Omelas. I'm staying. Come on, really get a grip. Really? What am I going to do? Leave and start a commune? Is it already enough that I'm a vegetarian? Oh, I'm not a vegan. There's always something more I could be doing. Okay.